welcome back to another daily tarot card reading with me. Let's get right into shuffling. Let's see what Spirit's message is for you today. Too many. Here are our cards for today. We have the 10 of Swords. Let me show you. And we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 10 of Swords was also in reverse. Ooh, I got very heavy energy from this one. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Very pretty. All right, let's get into what each one of these means and what they mean when they are reversed and when they are upright. Starting with the 10 of Swords here. Let's see. This one means the worst seems to have happened, or at least you found yourself in a situation without a quick or easy remedy. But this is reversed, so it says growth follows pain, and healing and recovery are ahead. Take careful look around, and the path to safety is much clearer. Solid ground is within reach. All right. So I was right to get that heavy energy from this card. So it looks like you are in a tough spot, but it is reversed. So that means there was a way out. So because you were behind, or not behind, sorry. Or maybe you were. That's what came to mind. You went through something pretty interesting. Or not interesting, but you went through something kind of rough. And as you could see, this kitty stuck on a screen, like a screen door. And he's like, uh-oh. That was probably you. You probably got into a sticky situation. Didn't know how to get out of it, but it looks like you did manage to get out of it since it's reversed. So you're going to have some growth. You're going to move forward and you're going to heal and recover over time. And you'll find your path. And you'll see it's much easier moving forward than where you were then. So that's what I'm getting for your past. Moving on to the 10 of Pentacles. That's reversed. Let's get into what it means. So the 10 of Pentacles is treats, success, and family are inarguably intertwined, but it is reversed. So relationships are tough, and there always seems to be communication problems, especially across the generations. Don't let disagreements about treats and entitlement interfere with family dynamics. Self-focused ambition will merely lead to isolation. It's not too late to mix up your priorities. Very interesting. So I'm getting like family ties. Yeah, mostly about family. Of course, because that's what the 10 of Pentacles is means. So you have an issue with your family. Maybe you might have had a falling out. Maybe you said something you didn't mean, especially with this 10 of Swords over here. Maybe you did something out of pocket, basically, that led to some issues with family. Very interesting. Maybe you were a little too focused on yourself and not your family. Maybe you were staying at work for too long, not coming home, not helping, not contributing. Maybe you're burnt out and that's why you didn't. Very interesting. But communication is key, though it is hard to communicate sometimes with those that you love because they tend to be a little hard headed, is what I'm getting. So, very interesting. I see the connection. You might have did something, might have said something out of pocket. Maybe your actions were bothering somebody in your family. Now you're too focused on your own ambitions and maybe you're ignoring your family. And I have a sense of guilt. Maybe you feel guilty for doing this, but you also kind of don't care because you're putting yourself first. Hmm. But if you do that, let's just move on to the future, see where this is going, because this is getting interesting with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles portends great tidings ahead, but also it takes both diligence and intelligence. Interesting. And it's upright. So the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, supportive, strong, loving, creative, and successful, thanks to her pause on approach to the task in front of her. She's incredibly astute and willing to keep at it until the tree is out of the maze. All right. Tree out of the maze. If she sounds ideal, that's because she is. These are the standards to aim for. Hmm. And this is for your future. So what I'm getting is you can fix these family issues through communication or through setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. Because it looks like something happened, you did something, or maybe they did something. We don't know. This all depends on your situation. But long story short, you got into a sticky situation involving your family. Things were said, maybe actions were done that weren't meant to be done, or maybe they were out of pettiness, out of not I don't wanna say hate, but, like, yeah, maybe out of pettiness. Hmm, interesting. And presently, you're kinda pushing away these issues. You know they're there, and you should fix them. Like, maybe you should apologize, or maybe you should talk about what they did that made you do what you did, but you'd rather ignore it and kind of focus on your own ambitions currently. Well, they're trying to they feel something's wrong, but you're trying to ignore it and push it aside and be like, "No, no, nothing's wrong." And you're trying to do your own ambitions or work on yourself. But Spirit's saying that maybe it's time to take a step back and actually evaluate everything that's happening and maybe apologize or maybe talk it out with them. Maybe explain how they made you feel. Maybe say, "Hey, when you did X, Y, and Z, that made me feel this way." And looking at the future card, it looks like this will be successful and you'll end up, I want to say, rekindling that relationship, and you're going to get out of that sticky, guilty feeling situation, especially with the Queen of Pentacles showing love, like nurturing and caring. So I'm assuming you'll probably feel better once you explain why you did what you did. I know this will take time. So currently, Spirit says to take your time, evaluate what happened, process your own emotions before you explain your emotions. That way you can't get manipulated, is what I'm getting. Ooh, that came off kind of heavy. But that is what Spirit is saying to me. And by doing so, in the future, you will feel better, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel relieved. And it looks like for some, the relationship will rekindle and will be healthy and nice and, well, relieving. And for others, it might end on a sour note. But since you took care of your emotions first and you processed that emotion first and you practice the art of self forgiveness and self love, you will move on stronger, is what I'm getting. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and move forward the way you see fit. Spirit always tells me that you must take care of yourself first, emotionally, before you move on. But you shouldn't do it out of ill will. You know what I mean? Like, perhaps you might have done that action out of self care, as in, like, you were protecting your peace, but it came off like really negatively towards the ones you love. But Spirit says when you do actions like that, it's not worth it. And you should always do actions out of love and kindness, never out of malice and like pettiness. So, yes, your next steps are to practice self awareness, self love, and peace and tranquility, and evaluate how you feel and how you will tell this person, how you will apologize, or how you will move on, depending on what you feel is best. But just know in the future, it will feel relieving and better. So you will grow and heal emotionally and spiritually. Yes, this is all I have for you today. I hope this reading was helpful. Please let me know in the comments. I will leave you here with this. This kind of came off a little heavy today, so I hope you're doing well emotionally. Please take care of yourselves. Have a nice day.